This is an assignment given by VectorShift. It is front-end technical assignment, and what is asked in this particular assignment is like I have to create an application, basically, and it is kind of creating a workflow. Without any writing any kind of code in that particular app, one can create a workflow for the AI. So that it is, and I was asked to implement the node abstraction part, styling and text node logic and backend integration. So let me show the demo of this application first, and then I will go through the whole of these features that I've implemented. First, here is the application that I've created. In this application, here first let me drag the whole of the nodes. Basically, these are the nodes that I'm dragging. Like for LLM, here it is, and for output, this one is for text, and another one is for login, and another one is of for meta, merge, and delay kind of thing. So these are the dummy nodes. These are not currently doing any of the task mentioned. These are the dummy nodes, but the motive of the project is like creating the front end and connection, basically. uh, so like so I'm placing them it on the screen. So let me connect it with the logger. Here it is connected to the logger. One end is also connected to this LLM. Here is merger function, which will take edges from input from two of the nodes, and a particular output will be returned. Here also output, all of these output will be returned here. Like I can attach this to this one, and this is connected to output code basically. So it's a logging function which will like logs the. Here is the LLM part, text. So one part will be going from this side, and like something is some input will be given to this text box, and it will be doing some task, and output will be going to the merge node, basically. So one input, it's kind of workflow. Like here I will be giving some input, and logs will be shown here, and a whole it one input and will be go to the LLM. So this is a kind of thing. So like text, like if I write here, so sorry, text. So like if I write here something like, hey, you will get some, you will get input. So a particular handle will be created corresponding to this particular variable, corresponding to this input, and from LLM another handle is also created. So in this assignment, this was asked, like when I write write a text in this prompt, and whatever is written in this curly braces, the corresponding to that particular variable, an input handler will be should be created. So I've created one thing that is also asked in this assignment is like here this text node, that width and height of this text node should be adjusted according to the text written in this input box, so for improving the visibility. So that is also happening here, like it is dynamically adjusted. So like these of the two node, I can connect one of this input to the input node, and another an output from this LLM to this. So in this way, and if I remove this LLM, this particular node will be erased. So this is the one of the functionality that is asked in this assignment. Apart from that, it is also asked like a backend integration. So like if I click on analyze pipe, what I was asked, like it will send the whole of the data, like total number of edges, total number of nodes to the backend, and it will calculate like whether it is a directly acyclic graph or not, and the number of nodes and number of edges will be returned from the backend. I have to show it on the prompt or in alert box. So I have shown it here, like it is a directed acyclic graph. When I clicked on this analyze pipeline, this whole pipeline or whole graph will be analyzed on the backend server. I've used Khan's algorithm. So nodes, edges and DAG, it is showing, like if I add LLM and again connect this and again click on as well, and the edges will be edges are increased like from 8 to 9, so this particular is added to. So if I want to tell whether it is checking directly cycle graph correctly or not, like I can do like from here merger itself, if I attach to here, so it's like a cycle created. So if I click on this pipeline, it is showing wrong, and another edge is also created increased like from 9 to 10, like this particular edge is increased, and it's a cycle created, so it is showing directly, it is not a directed acyclic graph. Apart from that, I've also added the feature of toggle theme, like in light mode one can view this whole workflow, and dark theme too, and this mini graph basically. I have also added this particular taskbar kind of thing, where one can see that which particular box correspond to whom, like this purple is LLM node or this green one is input node. So now coming to the text part, I've already shown the backend integration part and the text node logic too, and this is the whole styling that I've done myself, and node abstraction part. So for this particular part, I have to go to the this particular part, code part. So initially a small part of code is already provided by the VectorShift company, so I have to make changes in that itself. So like here is the backend main.py, where I was calculating the whether the number of nodes or number of edges, and whether DAG or not, and returning the result to via API to the front end itself. So here is the front end, where is the source folder basically. So these are all of the functions here. These are the utilities like passing the text, which was for this particular part. This for parsing whether the to calculate that how many number of variables are created in text box area. So this is the status for updating this, like analyze pipeline, this particular status, and these are the styles folder where all of these styles I have put it in, and this is a custom hook for auto resizing. Basically that's true for the text box area, and here if one can see, like here's the nodes folder. So abstraction part come basically here base node. Instead of reusing the code and rewriting it in each of the node, I've written wrote it to the base node itself, and I will be passing to base node the title of this particular node, the handles basically, the left handle, right handle, or whether it is an input node or output node, source node or target node basically, and the number of children props basically, like in input node these are the props like name and type label. These are the props which are shown here. So this one, this JSON plain text, all of these. So I will be sending it to the base node using this particular part. So like title and handles will be shown. Like if I coming to the come to the text node, so here what one can see, like here I was sending handles and title tags. Here handles are created dynamically. One can see it here itself. I've used the use memo function for optimization so that expensive calculations will not be calculated again and again. uh, Apart for that, like source node is always will be there, and for creating the target nodes, this one left nodes basically, so I've dynamically created them by parsing the text first, calculating the number of variables, and then storing it to this variable, variable area, and on that basis I will be calculating the number of handles, left handles will be required. So automatically appending it to the handles, and I will be passing it to here. One problem that I faced was like while these handles are updated and will be shown, but these edges were not being shown initially. The reason was I was not doing this particular update node internal. Basically, that was shown on the UI itself, but were not added to the DOM. So it was giving the error like this particular source node, this particular source node is not finding any target in that particular node where the end of this edge is pointing towards. So I use this particular part so that the error was resolved. So that's it from my side. So this the entire application that I have created. Thank you.